Friends, today we will present the final installment of our three-part series on Pope Francis's second encyclical, Laudato Si, on caring for the earth, our common home. Before we proceed to chapters 5 and 6, let us briefly look at chapters 1 to 4 again. In chapter 1, Pope Francis states his main concern, which is taking a unified action in caring for the earth, our common home, by combating global degradation, global warming, and the throwaway culture. In chapter 2, he exhorts us to put on the gaze of Jesus, recognizing each of God's creature as important in the eyes of the Father, and that each element of creation is interrelated. In chapter 3, the Pope cautions us on the effects of the abuse of the power of science and technology. Likewise, he laments the technocratic paradigm that strains our natural resources and the modern anthropocentrism that compromises the intrinsic dignity of the world. And in chapter 4, he calls for an integrated approach in eradicating poverty, in restoring the dignity of the poor, and in protecting nature, all done in pursuit of the common good. Now, in chapter 5, Pope Francis underlines the importance of dialogue. He envisions an interdependent world where nations are motivated to ensure that solutions arise from a global perspective and do not benefit only a few countries. He invites us to form a global consensus, especially with regard to reducing pollution, protecting biodiversity, lowering the rate of marine waste, eliminating poverty, and promoting social development. Moreover, the Pope calls for a dialogue among politicians and economists, between religions and the sciences. He writes, he encourages an honest and open debate so that particular interests or ideologies of these concerned parties will not prejudice the common good. Considering all the points raised so far, the Pope in the final chapter says, "It is we human beings above all who need to change." And so he encourages us to remember our common origin and mutual belongingness, and to think of the future as shared by all. With these in mind, we would develop new convictions, attitudes, and forms of life. In other words, he calls us to personal renewal. I leave for your reflection the following points. How am I adding to the deterioration of the earth? What am I doing and can still do to help care for our common home? What can I do to inform other people about this pressing concern and inspire them to reconsider their lifestyle? There you go, brothers and sisters. While we await global action, we can always start at home. I commend all those who work for the preservation of the environment and the dignity of the poor. Let us work for the common good by taking care of our common home.